Hey YouTube, me again. So, you'll see the background's a little different. I finally have my flag up. Yay! Also, I have a new addition to my other wall. It's not the usual size I'd go for, but I like it. The whole place feels a bit more at home now. Like, since all my things are on my walls, and I don't know, it just feels more like my room now rather than one that I'm just temporarily living in. Temporarily. I can never say that word. Temporarily living in. Finally, this week, classes began. I've only been in the country since like the 25th of March, and now I'm finally actually going to class, which is the reason I'm over here. Well, on Monday I had my first German class. Considering how much I'm starting on, it went reasonably well. Obviously my pronunciation is just, there is no words for my pronunciation skills, but I'll get there eventually. We were doing prepositions, so we were all telling each other in the class where to stand or sit or whatever. So casually claiming about the classroom furniture, you know. So at one point I'm up on a chair, up on a table. Safety. Tuesday I finally got to pick my classes. I had previously picked 3 or something, but I think some of them don't run anymore, and it's just like, no, just start from scratch. And so this week was basically to see if they were at the right level for me and if I needed to make any changes. So I finally got to pick them, and then like an hour later I'm in them. My first class was a literature class, and we're doing like quite a big range of different like texts. So we're doing Dracula, some William Blake, Winnie the Pooh. I mean, I'm down with that. It's a bit out there choice. One of the things it was focusing on is between literature and culture and the sort of connection there, which I think will be really interesting. It's a bit different. Like with Dracula, I think we're reading the novel, but we're also watching the movie adaptation. So you get to see both sides, how it's interpreted and everything like that. I think it'll be really good. It's something that I'm interested in, the link between those two things. And then I had another class, which was about monsters. And for the first week, we actually got to draw a monster. You'd never think that when you're in university, in second year of university for that matter, that you're going to be sitting there drawing a monster. I don't know, I like it. Wednesday I had a linguistics class, and I'm quite interested with this one because it's focusing a lot on the psychology part. So like bilingualism and language acquisition and cultural models. And just, I've done some linguistics. I only really started doing linguistics and language when I went to university. We don't do that as part of our English education in Scotland. I don't know why, but I've always been interested and wanted to do more, so this looks great. It's just there's a lot in this course. And then, you know, gotta have some fun. So went out with some friends and got a cocktail or two, and I had this really bizarre cocktail called a zombie, and if you haven't heard of it, it basically has 3 different types of rum in it. It's quite strong, but it tastes so good. It's one of them and you're sorted for the night. For some reason we got into this big conversation about accents, and we're sitting there imitating bizarre ones, like obviously the Scottish one came up, but like I can only really do one other accent, which is Australian. Get out of the water! Terrible. That's the only thing I seem to be able to say, and I don't know how I picked that up at all. But Thursday I had my varieties of English class, which is focusing in British and American English. So you get to go through different variants. So obviously, like, you have to start off with the history of English, which we watched this brief like 10-minute video, and it's just ridiculous, like how much it's from different languages and things. It's not really a language of its own, it's a language of like millions. So we get to cover like Irish English, Black American English, Spanish American English, and Scottish English, which I'm very excited about. As you may be able to tell, I am prepared. That was my only class for the day. So then I went into town and did a bit of shopping and things with some friends, and I found this amazing Bacardi, which I've never seen before in my life. It's dragon fruit and strawberry flavoured. I've noticed there's a pattern with some of my videos. I mention alcohol a hell of a lot, but I am of the drinking age and therefore responsible. And then, talking of more alcohol, There was the uni party that night, and really good music, just really fun, and I had a really good night. The one thing I will say though that freaked me out a little is the fact that it was on campus. Like the cafeteria kind of canteen bit, they'd just moved the tables and things, they'd put in like speakers and lights and everything like that, and it was just a bit weird being in a building which is actually a university building, and then all of a sudden there's just a casual dance floor in the middle of it. Go to class in some of these buildings. No, let's just have a party. It's fine, it's casual. Friday was just a bit of a non-day because I was a bit hungover. Too many tequila sunrises. And then Saturday, because of the fact that I just did nothing on Friday, I just worked all day. It wasn't a very fun day. Did some more German, Deutsch, sorry, and trying to look up some stuff for classes, which I'm having difficulty with at the moment, but you know, I'll get there. Today, as usual, is pretty good. I think I'm going to try and watch a film, but in German. I'm thinking Harry Potter or Toy Story, something that I know really well. But I don't know if You're a Wizard, Harry is going to sound quite right in German. But yeah, I think that's it for the week really. I do have a question though, for anybody who does watch this. I'm looking into travelling next month. We have a week off in May, and I was thinking, you know, if I get my act together, if I find cheap flights on a hostel, it'd be fun, just go for a bit of travelling. But I'm slithering between two places, so I want recommendations. Barcelona, because I got to spend like a day there a few years ago, but I loved the place. Or Amsterdam, because I've always wanted to go, but I just can't decide. Or Brussels, there's another one into the mix. But if there's any particular cool things about these places that anybody knows and could recommend to me, let me know. Comment! Hey! I don't know. Yeah, comment. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye!